everyone.
Hold on, Bob.
Testing out my new camera today. Hi everyone. Testing out my new camera today. Is it on, Ma?
I believe so.
Okay. Hi everyone. Testing out my new camera today. We're gonna start
Annie, get down.
this video
Get down.
in a really weird place. Who do you think, this is the question of the day, should play Peter Platinum? Assuming that Donald Faison, they can't find anyone funnier on this earth. Donald Faison's playing Booster Gold. And this is a review of Creature Commandos. Why did I open it with a question about Booster Gold? Well, let me tell you. As you all know, if you've been watching the channel for any length of time, right? I feel that Booster Gold, storyline-wise, could easily survive the changing universe. And that's why I feel he is probably where the DC universe confirms that it's a new universe and not just new stories. This show, Creature Commandos, did not do anything to disprove that theory. There are always two Booster Golds. Past and present. In any given timeline, anywhere. Now, we'll get more into that later in the video. For now, all you need to know is Batman didn't show up. Everybody was all geeking out about Batman. Wonder Woman didn't show up. Green Lantern didn't show up. None of the basic Justice Leaguers showed up. Nobody with any street cred, as it were. Nobody that you'd know their name. It was just the Bride of Frankenstein, Nina, Dr. Phosphorus, Frankenstein, Rick Flag, and G.I. Robot. And Weasel. How can I forget Weasel? He was the best boy. He was awesome.
Is Weasel your favorite character?
Yeah, Weasel. I almost forgot Weasel, and Weasel's my favorite character. And you get an occasional appearance by Amanda Waller.
She was sitting in the hospital next to...
But if if you didn't like Hellboy, let me tell you, you aren't going to like this. It felt very much like a BPRD knockoff. Like they knocked off the 2000s, I almost said 90s, but the 2000s Hellboy, and just said, what if we put DC characters in that? And make the occasional appearance of Batman catching Dr. Phosphorus. I mean, yes, the small little Easter eggs were there, and yes, they were all worth it, but at the same time, there is no proof that this takes place in a new DC universe. My favorite episode was the one focusing on Dr. Phosphorus or the one focusing on Weasel. G.I. Robot, like I said, I knew he was going to survive because I read the comics. If you don't read the comics, in this show will throw you for a loop. There were YouTubers on here saying that they were sad that G.I. Robot died. And I'm like, it's a 2. The man goes up to 4 or 5. The helmet always says what model he's on. Yeah, Mom. And he was only on 2, and there were people like, oh, this is so sad, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, you don't read the comics, do you? I'm not going to call them out, but, I mean, I liked the G.I. Robot episode because people like the people he took care of should be taken care of. Like, there should be no room for bigotry. And, yeah, I like that, but at the same time, as a comic book reader, not my favorite episode. Dr. Phosphorus, I kind of liked because it showed that he wasn't always a bad guy, he was well-meaning. But at the same time, it didn't tug at the heartstrings like the Weasel episode did. They didn't show any of the Bat family outside of a shadow that was probably Batman, but they didn't show like Barbara Gordon. You don't know what state Barb is in. That's the key to any good timeline of DC, the DC universe. You have to figure out what state Barbara Gordon is in, because if she's shot, it's before Booster Gold originally went back in time. If it's after she's shot, then Booster still hasn't discovered solidified time yet. If that makes any sense to my comic book reading audience. Just, is she Oracle? Is she Batgirl? Does she have the chip in her spine? The key is Barbara Gordon, and they didn't show Barbara Gordon. They didn't say that didn't take place in the All Access universe, for example. The only universe we can truly determine it's not is the Flashpoint universe, because things weren't that out of control. If it had been the Flashpoint universe, the dream that Amanda Waller has, the premonition, wouldn't have been as effective. Because the Flashpoint universe, you have a more insane Batman. You have Dr. Fate and a Freak Circus. Just, Flashpoint universe is always out there. But, yeah, no appearance by Booster Gold, no Barbara Gordon, no any of that. This could still take place. And they showed it throughout time, too. It wasn't just in the 90s, because the bride of Frankenstein, and Frankenstein have been fighting for years. They have been going at it, and she does not love him. And they fight throughout time. I don't think anyone truly died in this particular DC universe, in and out of fiction. Because, the gypsy, or the Romani woman, it shows her eating soup with Frankenstein at the end, which
Frankenstein says, "Oh, this is disgusting."
That means she's still alive. Mm-hmm. G.I. Robot, like I said, is not dead. Dr. Phosphorus and the Bride and all those guys didn't die.
Didn't the fish girl die?
That's the thing. I don't think she is dead. I don't know how she survived, but I'd be very surprised if it was a permanent death. Nice try, DC. You'll have to.
I was going to ask another question.
What?
The princess that she was supposed to kill.
Yeah, but she's a bad guy.
I know, but
okay.
But is that Clayface? Did Clayface become the princess?
That could be too, but I definitely know that Clayface survived, because Clayface can just reassemble himself with one little speck, and it's like, he's definitely not dead. The princess may be dead, but we kind of doubt it. Either he's Clayface, or she's going to use her mind powers to heal herself, or something. But, yeah, it's a good show. I'll watch season 2. But, at the same time, season 1, it felt like they were trying to fake you out and say, this is a brand new universe. It's DC. I don't think they're gonna, in my head canon, they haven't rebuilt the universe.
No battery. No battery. No
Sorry
battery.
Until Booster Gold and Rip Hunter's lab show up somewhere in the Nevada desert. Which got me thinking, who are they going to get to play villains like Peter Platinum, like I said at the very beginning of the video? Booster Gold's lying, cheating father. The Black Beetle. Are they going to use the same actor for the Black Beetle that they have for Booster, or are they going to make that Donald Faison? You know, because he was always Booster, but evil. He was Booster from a parallel timeline. I'm throwing this on here because I don't know when this is going to get uploaded. By the time it gets uploaded, I may have to do a Booster Gold video. Like I said, brand new camera. Got it for Christmas. But, yeah. To have Booster, you gotta also have his villains. I know Nathan Fillion played Blackguard in the Suicide Squad, but I think Blackguard dies. I think the only survivor they want you to think about right now of that is Weasel. And I'm okay with that. But you do need to have villains for Booster to fight, because in the Booster Gold show, if they haven't done this already, Peter Platinum was to show Booster to show us as the audience at the very least, he will have a bigger legacy than just Peter Platinum doing the same scam. Because at the end, doing the same scam he does, but better. Because at the end, I was talking about this with a friend, we have Rip Hunter tell the audience that it's his father by saying to him, "Go get him, Dad." And it's like, yeah. I mean, I have ideas about that too. That Peter Platinum has been trapped, floating through time in comics. But first we gotta do them before we can focus on stuff like that. They already have Mr. Mind in the DC universe, which I don't think they're gonna redo the Shazam films. So bringing in Booster Gold's father would just require an actor. It will be interesting to see if they bring in any of his villains or if they make up new ones. I'll also be curious to see who they get to voice Skeets. I hope it's somebody good. I hope it's somebody interesting. My pick's still Billy West. But, yeah, there is stuff that the average DC audience goer needs to know. Like, how Batman is the only one on the Justice League that knows Booster Gold's secret identity. He caught him using the Joker's camera trying to save Barbara Gordon. And like I said, she's the key. You can't build a good universe without Batgirl. And with that, I hope the Booster Gold show is good. I've been Bob. This has been The Other World According to Bob. Sorry I did a little bit of rambling toward the end there. But I give the Creature Commandos as an existing DC show 4 out of 5. I've been Bob. This has been The Other World According to Bob. Bob out.